Hi guys, so let's talk today about machetes. I've got today the cold steel Latin machete. Now, everyone has opinions on these and whether they think they're good, they're bad. Today I'm here to give my opinion. I think that this is a very good machete for the price you pay here in the UK, which is $18.99 from Cold Steel. So, let's get into the nitty gritty, shall we? Has a 2mm thick spine, you can probably see. It's quite thin, but then again machetes they're not made for, they're made to flex, not made for that, but they are made to chop. You can see the anti-rust coating, the black finish on the blade. It does wear off after you sharpen it and use it a bit. Maybe you can see on the tip there that I've been using it quite a bit around the back, building shelters. It just started to come off a little bit, but it's doing the job well. This has been wet, this has been in the mud, and it's done its job. Handle. Let's talk about the handle first, I suppose. Handle is actually massive. This is the 24-inch version, and they also do a two-handed version, but the blade is shorter. Not sure why that is. 21-inch blade for a two-hander, and then a 24-inch blade for a one-hander. But then again, I digress. I'm just nitpicking. Handle is massive. I say massive because I've got big hands, and if you look, me gripping that, there's still about an inch to play with there. So I like to grip it just a bit more loosely. Get my hand in the middle. You tend to find when you chop, though, the blade will move up, and that's where this really helps. Really helps you control the blade. Handle is made of injection molded polypropylene, and I'll tell you right now, unless you take a hammer to it, that is not coming off. If any of you don't know what injection molded means, is the sword is kept there and the handle is injected around it. So there's no pins holding this together, there's no glue, it's just this is solid to the handle, which is I really like its reliability, and the Cold Steel provide that service. Let's turn this around. Lanyard hole on the handle comes in very helpful. I haven't got a lanyard on it right now because my last one actually snapped. I was working with paracord, chopping away, and it just fell off. So that might be my paracord tightening skills, I'm not sure. So, to the actual blade itself. The blade is made of 1055 carbon steel, 2mm thick. Brilliant steel for it. Because I've had this for a long time now. Hasn't faulted me at all. It's a machete, it needs sharpening quite regularly. But if you're putting it through vigorous work, it's going to have to be. I use a Lansky sharpener, the Puck from Cold Steel as well, and that does the job quite well. So, let's go into the cutting test, shall we? So, cutting test with the 22-inch Latin machete. So, the cutting test with the 24-inch Latin machete. 3 types of plastic bottles today to be testing. First type is the light plastic bottles, which are flash bottles. They use the same kind of plastic in milk jugs. Easy to cut through, easy to basically destroy. Next is the standard water bottle, medium grade plastic. It's pretty tough to cut through with any good sword. And then this is the same plastic but a little bit thicker. It's a Robinson's fruit bottle, and these are for any fruit juice bottle really. And these are a little bit thicker, a little bit more embroidered kind of thing than the other fruit bottles, other water bottles. So let's start with the flash. Whenever you cut with a sword, always keep your hand out of the way. So, as you can see, I call that a extremely clean cut. The small, easy type of kind of plastic has been completely sliced through. Let's try for a vertical, shall we? As you can see, the bottle completely destroyed. So, safe to say that this sword can really cut thin plastic well. So, you've seen it cut light grey plastic. Let's try medium grade. First cut is going to be from the right. Okay, so let's inspect it. With the medium grade, not so much of a cleaner cut, but it did cut all the way through. I caught it a bit of an angle, but that's my swinging, so let's try it again with another medium grade, shall we? But this time I'm going to go vertical downwards. Extremely clean cut there. It's always nice to have pressure below it as well, that always adds. But that is extremely nice cut. Last one is the heavy water bottle, the Robinson's fruit bottle. Anyone in Britain will know that these are actually thicker plastic. So, let's try this and show you. I'm going to go for this one vertical there, and if it works out well, I'll come down for a... I'll see what I do next. Lovely cut here on the vertical. You can see where the blade has really gone in and scooped as I've hit. Very nice cut there. Apart from one bit of rippage there, very nice cut. As you can see, the machete performed quite well. That was me I sharpened the machete before the cutting test with my the book, and that's the outcome it came with. First bottle, straight through, that's the light grey plastic that you get from like milk bottles. Second grey plastic was the plastic from like normal water bottles. And anyone who lives in the UK will know a Robinson bottle and know it's quite thick plastic, and it easily cut through all three of them. Granted, it knocked a few off of the log, of the stump, but that was because of lack of water and balance, and it still left a somewhat clean cut. All in all, rating out of 10 for this, I'll give it a good solid 8. What I don't like about it in the 24-inch version is a lot of weight is at the end. Now, I know in a machete you want that, and don't go yelling at me just yet, but literally 10-15 minutes while using this, it really aches your hand. I think there could have been a bit more weight here in the handle just to balance that out a bit more. It feels really block top heavy, and it'll ruin your hand after a while. So I wouldn't really recommend like a prolonged use with this. This is just something you keep around for your camp. You know, you just chop a bit of wood with it, get your fire going, chop your firewood with it, maybe clean some trees with it, get the branches off them, and then you put it in the ground and wait. Maybe split some firewood. I don't know. That's what it's for. Axes are for splitting firewood. What am I saying? But hey, this is all right. Good 8 out of 10. Handle also goes an 8 out of 10. It's brilliant. I love it. But like I said, it could have been weighted a bit more. Could have been a bit more weighted for the blade. I'm also going to give it an 8 out of 10 because you can't see. Turn that around. When mine came, it actually had a bit of a warp in the blade. Not enough. Maybe you can see. Not enough to scream about, but just enough to be noticeable. And buying from Cold Steel, I wouldn't expect my machete to have warps in the blade, and I know these are mass-produced in the thousands, but I wouldn't expect a warp in my blade. But, like I said, it hasn't affected the blade at all. It still does the job perfectly, and I thought nothing more to say, really. Using the cut test, it performs its duties and jobs properly. So, do I recommend this for people? Yes. Throw this in your bug out bag, or on your bug out bag, because I'm going to go in it, on the side of it. Put it round your waist. Take it out with you. Go camping with it. It's brilliant. And if you do fancy something a bit small, I went for the large one because I make a lot of shelters and I wanted something with a bit more heft. They do smaller versions down to like 21 inches, down to like 20 and 18 inches I think as well. So, overall good quality. I suggest you buy this.